difficult, isn't it, for these superstars that were loved by so many to have a film about them made? I don't know how I feel about it morally. I just think they haven't had any input in it. Obviously, they can't. But it's difficult, isn't it? It really does edges the line.
It is, because then you think, does it become a money maker? Because the next one I was going to talk about is Michael Jackson. So this week they've announced that his biopic will be coming onto screens next April, and he's going to be played by his nephew, Jackson, who is the son of Jermaine Jackson, who's Michael's brother. And again, you think of this, like, Michael died over almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And then you do think to yourself, would Michael have wanted a biopic out there? And the family are kind of given the go-ahead for this, but people are saying, is it going to concentrate on the controversial sides of Michael, including those allegations of child sex abuse? This is a man who had an amazing career for over 40 years, but, you know, if the family are controlling the narrative, it's a bit of a hard one.
And it's an interesting thing, because Michael Jackson was the highest-selling artist of all time. So if anyone's going to have a biopic on them in the music industry, that's the one. Now, just moving the subject to his nephew, if you don't mind. Where it's interesting is that it makes sense because it's his nephew, right? So it's someone from the family. He does resemble Michael.
He does.
But what Michael Jackson had were certain isms that are really almost impossible to emulate. And I would be really interested to see how Jafar can do. I mean, he's going to be amazing because he's got the blood.
First insight. But Peter, you've played Michael on stage before.
I did.
So how did you prepare for that? You know,
well, I was a Michael Jackson fan from a kid, because at 16,
we're seeing footage.
Well, you know, it's but you see, the thing is, for me, as a kid at 6 years old in Australia, the first album I ever bought was Off the Wall. At 6 years old, I saved my money.
Moves, Pete. Look at this.
Oh, stop it! I love you.
You've got the voice as well.
I loved, you know, his music was every reason why I wanted to get into the entertainment industry, as many artists are.
So how do biopics make you feel then? Obviously, you're a massive, massive fan. When it comes to somebody like Amy and like Michael, who had their own issues and controversial things going on in their lives, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, you have to touch on everything. You have to. I mean, that is what a biopic is. You can't sugarcoat over everything, you know. And when you are the biggest star in the world, there's also going to be, what's the old saying? Where there's a hit, there's a writ. And it was this thing of, like, whenever you've had that level of success, there's going to be controversy. Obviously, some are more extreme than others, of course. But you have to cover it. You can't just... You can't brush over that.
And it wouldn't do justice to the people who are watching it, because you can't pull the wool over our eyes. Like with Amy, we knew about the drug addictions. With Michael, towards the end of their life, all those allegations did plague his career. So to then bring their stories on screen and not add that, it will just turn a lot of audiences off.
What I'd love to see is them go back to the beginning and talk about how their childhood was to affect them later on in life.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me in, guys.
Always good to see you. Thank you so much.